Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am Adam Samuel, and today, before we do anything, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a short history lesson. So I want to take you all back to the year 1977, when there was a show on the air called Happy Days, and there was famously one episode where the Fonz was riding in the ocean on jet skis, and he rode over a shark, which has then coined the phrase "jumping the shark." Now, I've been watching American Idol for a couple of years, and I have ignored numerous sharks that many people have labeled American Idol jumping the shark. But I might have to say that I think we saw the real one this past week on American Idol. And that said, I want to welcome you all to the podcast and welcome my co-host. And first up, Eric, it's nice to talk to you. How are you doing today?
I honestly don't think this is the worst twist or moment in Idol history. If he wins, though, yes, it will be.
And Grace is here too. How are you doing, Grace?
I'm doing okay. I've had a lot going on in my personal life, but it is nice to watch the show. It's nice to talk to you guys. I'm not very happy about how this week turned out, but hey.
If nothing else,
you complain about
it. Yeah, the only thing better than a good example is a bad example, and we could all learn something from what is American Idol. What season is this? 19? But
19.
Yeah. So honestly,
Speaking
I don't know
19,
if I speak for. What was that?
19. I just realized that 19 is also the company that produces this show, so maybe it's cursed because of that or something. I don't know.
All I can say, I hope I speak for all of us and you guys could disagree, but I don't think we have teams anymore. I mean, Eric, Grace, me, we all have teams. We all have contestants we're rooting for. But I think at this point we could all be unified under the hashtag season 19 contestants and the hashtag season 18 contestant. What do you guys think? Is that where you stand? This is where I stand personally.
Because you lost your first pick this week.
Shh. Don't even.
What I'll say is if you scroll into the description of this episode, we have 4 teams now, and the 4th team is called Team We All Lose, which is, so.
Can you imagine?
If we all lose, do I still have to watch Master of Disguise?
I think so. I think that was the rule.
I'm not gonna force additional torture on Grace after we all have a torture of having a returning contestant win this freaking season. Anyway,
Grace, I don't think your team is dead on arrival though. Like I think honestly, you have the best shot of the 3 of us, to be honest.
Because I have 3 contestants.
No,
and
because you have one
of them I think could win.
Eric, what did you say? I'm sorry.
You have 3 contestants. I think one of your contestants can win.
Gil House Team Hot Mess going true to its name. That's all I can say. But it is Disney Week. So in honor of Disney Week, as I have done on Dancing with the Stars, I have. Can I stay? Oh, I have to. I will say though, these will not be permanent for the show. You've been warned. But yes, we got Disney Week. What happened to Disney Week on American Idol? I remember the first season on ABC. I loved it. We had such great performances, and somehow slowly the dime has turned, and now it's not as great as it used to be. And Eric, where's your ears?
They're on the sides of my head. You can see them, as a matter of fact.
Eric, what happened to Disney Week?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I remember the twist that I thought there were a couple of really great performances this episode. So
he just wants to see Mickey.
Gil in the chat, I've turned corporate shill, but you know what? What better corporate shill to become for than Disney?
I could think of a few, but anyway.
All right, let's anyway. Disney Week. Overall, I thought it was okay. I think there was one standout performance that I think really was the big seller for me, and it's the person who I kind of now think I want to win. But what did you think, Grace, of the episode overall and Disney Week in general?
I've never liked Disney Night on this show. Dancing with the Stars, I can deal with it. Because Dancing with the Stars is a novelty show. I don't understand it on American Idol because they're never going to make music like this. There were a few performances that I liked, but overall, I wasn't really all that into the episode.
Some of these song choices range for like a kind of a thumbs up to like a total head scratching, like, huh? Like, what was going on with some of these people? I was like, you had the Disney catalog and you're going with this? And I was just
the song choices were horrible.
Horrible. When I saw the list, I was like, on paper, it's like one of those when you're a kid and you have a test where you have like a line of like a column on this side, a column on that side, and you have to like match, like draw a line between. It's like someone did that test but did it all wrong and got all they connect. I was like, this song should be for this person. Like what I'm ranting in Mickey ears. What is happening? But like that was my impression. Like when I saw the song list, I was like, this could be good if it's matched to the right contestants, and it absolutely wasn't. Like Arthur Gunn doing Remember Me, I don't even know what that song was. That was like a total flip. Cassandra doing Go the Distance, I was like, what? It's just...
See, that would have been a good one for Bean if he were still here.
I was just like, you had so much potential and you just threw it away, and so much, like I had such high hopes, and when I finished the episode about 15 minutes ago, I was just very disappointed. What, Eric, any other thoughts on the week?
So weird that I'm the most positive of the three of us this week. It's so freaking weird. I thought that three contestants had actual moments this week. My three favorites all
one did
performances. So
one did, and it was Grace. Everyone else, to varying degrees, disappointed me.
False.
There were a couple others.
True about Grace, but the other two, there were two others as well.
The biggest shocker of the episode is that I called who Katy Perry was going to be dressed as. Just total shot in the dark, and no one cares. I was so
because
proud
it's
of
Katy
myself.
Perry.
But I was so proud, and like I tweeted it like right before the show. I watched like the first like 10-15 minutes before I went to bed, but like that means something. These Mickey ears are hurting my head. Anyway, let's get into the actual episode. So, are there any headlines you want to touch on before we kind of get into the deep dive?
Nope. Let's just go into the deep dive, shall we?
All right. Well, actually, one thing. John Stamos. Thoughts?
Didn't watch.
I
liked him better than the current mentor.
And on that note, let's move on to Caleb Kennedy kicking off the show. As soon as I saw Cars, this was the one of the few songs that I matched correctly. Doing Real Gone from Cars. You guys see this movie? I think I saw it years ago.
Unfortunately, I've seen all three of them.
I saw the first two. Cars 2 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the theater.
The third was the best one out of the three.
Anyway, like the Cars movies themselves, Caleb is not my thing. So
this, I will say, at least he's consistent. Like, at least I've gotten the exact same thing. Like, at least some of these people are making the most ridiculous choices, but at least Caleb I can rely on. At least I can rely he's going to be a solid B-/B the entire way through. He's probably going to make it to like top 5, top 3. What, you didn't think he was?
He's not going to make the top 3.
Oh God, no! I hope he doesn't. I hope he's cut next week. Honestly, I don't think he will be, but I hope.
I mean, we had another Caleb who did pretty much the same thing, make top 2.
And when? Oh,
I was.
The other Caleb. Oh.
And I like that other Caleb. Like, that was the one like country boy that I've actually liked.
I still think it's hilarious that the first season of American Idol, we had 2 contestants. The top 2 were contestants that couldn't turn a chair on the other show.
And it was not the first season of American Idol. It was the 16th season of American Idol. I will always correct you on that.
I meant the first season after it ended. Like the comeback season.
I know that's what you meant, and I'm still not going to forgive you for it because this is season 19.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It is not season 4. No matter how much ABC tries to make fetch happen, it is not season 4. It is season 19. Anyway.
Can Caleb win?
No. I hope not. Even if he's on my team.
I mean, Lane won, as Gil points out in the chat. Doing pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, the difference is Lane, other than Jeremiah, who should have won that season, Lane didn't really have any real competition.
Well, let's move on. So,
Alejandro,
look,
if you exist, I'm sorry. But anyway.
With few exceptions moving forward, at least Caleb was, like, reliable. That's all I can say. That's my thoughts.
There were so many off notes in this performance. I mean, I've seen the movie, but I did not recognize the song. With Caleb, yeah. I mean, there were so many notes that were off. I was just like, bro, get it together.
Well, anything else for Caleb, or you want to move on to Willie?
I want to talk about Willie.
All right. Willie doing The Circle of Life, a song that's really overdone, that I really don't like, but dude sang the heck out of it. This was one of the solid. I don't think it was a moment for me, but it was like one of the few. I would give this a B+. Like, I don't think it was a moment, but I think it was good, and it was probably top 2 for the week, in my opinion. But I'll say this. I would be okay with him winning. I think he deserves it. I think he's a phenomenal singer. I wish other contestants would give him a better run for his money. The only one I think competing with him at this point is Grace and kind of Casey. Everyone else is kind of, you know what I mean?
I will say that I think he killed this performance, and he remains the only guy, in my opinion, who could win this season and who would deserve to win. So, and he's the only one on Grace's team that I think can win at this point. So,
I didn't like the song choice for him. Like, that was one of the reasons. I was like, you could have done something like, this is expected. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, but he did
predictable.
Kill it, so I'm not going to
complain. He did good, but it's like, you gave me exactly what I thought you were going to get, and I was just like, yeah, but you could have done something more, and that's why I would say, like, he's not, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we think I think he's very much like Ruben. I think he's, if I remember correctly, I wasn't a fan of Ruben. I didn't really like Ruben's voice. I think Willie actually has a better voice than Ruben did. But
I mean, for me, this song is cemented by Jennifer Hudson on this show. And at least I kind of wanted it to be like this amazing thing. And he sang it really well. I kind of wanted him to kill it a little bit more than he did. But, I mean, at least he got rid of my Carol Baskin traumatic flashbacks with this song. Somewhat.
Robbed Queen. Anyway.
Yeah, no. She went home that week.
But wait, that was the performance that sent J-Hud home?
No, J-Hud got sent home 2 weeks later.
Oh.
This was Elton John week when she did this song, and I think she was the top vote getter, and then she went home 2 weeks later. God, on Barry Manilow week. So many things wrong with that.
So I think what Grace is saying is that she is not a fan of Low.
And on that, let's shall we?
Grace's face. Oh my God.
I don't even know what's happening. I'm just like.
Anyway, yeah, Willie. I think he's a good contestant. I think he deserves the win. Honestly, at this point, I'm like, the winner of this season is not Willie, Grace. I would even say Chayce or Casey, like one of those 4. Because if it's Chayce, at least that's expected. If it's Casey, like, I don't think she really does deserve it, though. Grace deserves it, and Willie deserves it. I think those are the 2 who deserve it. But that's not usually, just because they deserve it on American Idol, it usually means you're definitely not going to win. But
fingers crossed we have an exception this year. Anyway, let's talk about Deshaun now.
Deshaun Goncalves, When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever listened to this song all the way through. Like, I think I've heard it like vaguely in the background, but listening to this, these lyrics are really dangerous. Like what the song is about. I was like, this is like a really questionable song. Did you guys get the vibe? I was like, ooh, this is like, ugh.
Okay, now first off, the song is from a movie that was released in 1940. So it probably had weird meaning. Or something like that. I really did not like the arrangement on this song at all. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to go like full on like just a piano, like do the John Legend thing. But I did not want a jazz version of the song. I feel like it kind of just sucked all the meaning out of it, and he was already DOA, so yeah.
I am not surprised in the least that he's gone. He was not the worst of this episode, so I am disappointed that he's gone. So that's what I'll say.
Look, I give him like a standing ovation just for that. He took a risk because look,
Yes.
dude was DOA. At least I've said this before. At least he went out doing something different. At
You're
least
about to say he
just-
went out swinging, and that would have been hilarious because it was like swinging jazz style music, swing music.
yeah.
Boo.
Boo. But look, I liked it. I thought it was actually pretty solid. I was like, at least he's trying. Like, if this would have been a bottom two contestant, like where we can pick between the two of them, depending on who it was, I likely would have given it to him. Just
Me
for
too.
the fact that he went to do something different. At least he didn't play dead and just do something expected. And I appreciate that. I'm glad he made it this far. I think this was the furthest he was going to make regardless. But the fact that he made top 10, it's like, I've said it before, like that Plankton gif. Like, what are you going to do now? Like, it's like, I didn't think I'd make it this far. So, you know what? Good job, Deshaun. It was fun watching you on the show. And at least you made a mark. And that's more than some other people can say on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for Deshaun?
Not really. I want to move on to Casey.
Casey doing When She Loved Me from Toy Story 2. When I saw this on the list, I was like, oh my God, Cassandra's going to do it on piano.
I was hoping for that.
And that's why you hated it.
And I was so hyped. I was like, this is going to be amazing. She's going to bring the piano out. It's going to be like a whole thing. And when I heard that it was Casey, I was like, what? And I was like, huh? And I was like, okay, let's see how it is. And I love this song. Like, I love this song so much. It is a song that is just dripping with emotion. It is maybe one of the most emotional spoken word songs with lyrics in it because I was, because an up, but like one of the most emotional songs. And I was like, okay, once I got over the hump of like that, now this isn't Cassandra, this is going to be Casey. I was like, okay, what's she going to do with it? And I think she sang it well, but there was no emotion. Like her face was just.
I've said that about her so many times.
And I was like, think about what you're like. She was like singing it. I almost felt nerves like watching it. Like she sang it good. Like she gave it a solid performance, but I got nothing from it. The emotion was just seeped from it. What do you guys think?
I couldn't disagree more. I thought this was a moment for Casey. And I thought it was one of the best performances that she's given all season. And I would be very happy with either her or Grace as the winner of the season.
I don't think she can win.
She can't win, but I would be happy if she did.
I think she's fighting for third at best at this point.
I really liked the performance. I liked the vulnerability. I agree with Adam though. Like the vocals, there was emotion in the vocals. There was nothing on her face.
Just nothing.
I feel like
I was like, I almost wanted her to like sit down, like just like I could see like she was like her movements. I saw fear in her face, and like I've never seen that before. I was just like. Just relax. Like she almost needed like a Catherine McPhee moment where she just like sits on the floor, like just something. Because I could feel like anxiety. Sang beautifully though, but I got nothing from it, and I don't think I'll remember this performance as a result. And I could have if it had just been a little bit more vulnerable.
Disagree. Let's move on.
All right, we move on to Chayce Beckham doing "Baby Mine" from Dumbo. A very weird choice. This is another one where I was like I would have matched them differently. I was thinking of this song for maybe someone like Alyssa or even Willie, just something. But I haven't heard this song in a while, but like the original, I think it's like very slow. It's like a lullaby, and this was not that.
No.
Here's what I'll say. I thought the light fixtures moving for performance above him were more interesting than him, and that is not a good sign.
Yeah. Vocally, I thought this was the best he's sounded in a little while. But there, like, I kind of wish he'd like slowed the whole thing down because there was absolutely no emotion in this song at all. Like, I'm gonna have the same complaint about somebody else later on, but like, just take this gorgeous song, suck all the emotion out, and do the Chayce thing with it. No, don't do it.
Just this is another questionable choice. I was like, if you're gonna do it, why not sing it straight? Like, why flip it? Like, this could be a great opportunity for like a really raw emotional performance. Maybe drop the guitar, maybe just slow it down. And he did this flip. Like, I appreciate the risk, but I was like, this is not a risk worth taking. Some songs don't need to be flipped, and this just left me scratching my head going, what are you doing, dude? And it's opening the door for Arthur Gunn to overtake him.
I'm hoping next week with Coldplay, though, that Chayce will come back to form.
Anything from you, Eric, about?
I'm just so bored by Chayce. I don't get it. Sorry, but
yeah, you could say that. But if the final two is Chayce and Arthur,
I would rather have Arthur.
Bye. Good night, everyone. This has been a very fun.
I would. Arthur, I think, is a better singer than Chayce, and I don't think Arthur deserves to win.
Can I just say, Gil's comment, the most recent one, is the perfect encapsulation of everything for this episode. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Although they have had some. I mean, Marvel's owned by Disney, so anyway, let's move on to Alyssa Ray. A dream is a wish your heart makes from Cinderella. And here's my assessment of Alyssa. I don't think she realized how much trouble she was in. And as a result, she played it safe. This is, if it came down to, like, I would have sent her home because of how poorly she has been playing American Idol. American Idol, a lot of it is predetermined by the producers, but there is some wiggle room that you can make, and song choice is one of them. And for the first time, Alyssa came across as pageanty. Like, really pageanty. Really? Yeah, for me, I was like,
she's been pageanty many times before.
I mean, I guess when she did This Is Me, but like, what is, like, someone needed to sit down with her and like just coach her on how to play this game. And I just think she was just going in blind, and so many questionable choices. Another questionable choice. I feel like I almost wish she had been the one doing Into the Unknown and like done the rock version or just something. Just why, like, some of these contestants, it's like they accept their fate, or they just like, they don't go for it. They just kind of lay down and die. And this is what kind of happened with Alyssa. Like, she could have done something. I think she could have saved herself. That's also.
She was not in my bottom three of the episode, and therefore I don't think she deserved to go home after this. But having said that, I'm not surprised she's gone.
I'm not either. Like I said, probably her best live show performance vocally. The end was a bit much. I thought maybe she would have survived this week. I wasn't really sure what was going on with like the arrangement with the guitar. I was like, oh, I feel like if ever there were a Disney movie where a guitar does not belong in the soundtrack, Cinderella is that one. But no, I thought she could have bought herself another week, but not surprised she's gone.
Such a shame, because I saw so much potential in Alyssa going into the season. I thought she was top 5 material, and just crash and burn. It's such a shame.
Ready for a rant time? Let's talk for Shark.
Oh, let's do it.
Arthur Gunn, let's do this. Remember me from Coco.
Nope.
And I just have one comment I'm going to make before I pass it on to both of you. Michelle Suzette did it better. Go ahead.
Can I go first, Grace? Because I know you're going to go longer than me.
Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. So if he wins, I'm going to seriously struggle to watch any more of this show. That's my first point. Second point, He shouldn't be here. Third point, he made the song unrecognizable and took all of the emotion out of the song. That every time I watch the scene that with Miguel singing it to his grandma, I cry every time I watch it.
Same.
And he has the second most number of views on YouTube of the night. So after
Big
this,
part of that is the novelty of being a comeback.
yes. But anyway, I'm just like, what? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why the twist is happening. I don't get why people like him so much. I don't get this performance. I don't get how we made it to the top 7. I just don't get it.
Grace, floor is yours.
I'm actually with Eric on the fact that this scene literally makes me bawl my eyes out. I can appreciate him for completely shunning John Stamos' advice.
That
It's
was
always
hilarious.
fun when people
That
backstab.
was absolutely.
Oh, trust me, if I'm ever a contestant on the show, which is never going to happen, and Bobby Bones tries to give me advice, I'm shunning every bit of it. But he didn't even try this week, so it's okay. But no, I don't even know what it was. I think maybe Ernesto de la Cruz did a better job than this one, and we don't even talk about him, even though he's a fictional character, but he's our winner. I have almost no doubt at this point he's going to win.
I doubt. I have serious doubt.
Look,
because the amount of backlash that I'm seeing online, I feel like if it's down to once it's down to 2 in the live finale, everyone is going to vote for the other person.
If he is, it's going to be a top 3 finale.
I know, but the way they do it, season 17, which we're going to do the same in season 19, I'm assuming, is they first hour they have just the top 3 voting, and then the voting closes, the vote carries over, and then everyone can vote again for one of the remaining 2.
See, you say that, but the Voice of Australia, since they added All-Stars, the last 2 winners have been All-Stars. So that's a big part of why.
I think this is going to be different. I think that if Arthur makes the top 2, which I think he might, I think whoever was up there with him is going to win.
I hope you're right, but who knows?
That's my theory, at least, but we'll see.
I don't know if it's just me, but I just don't like Arthur's flips. Like, I don't think I've liked a single one. Like, just there's too much. Like, it's just it's like
unrecognizable, which is
it's
problem.
Like Gina Irene, but like on super high speed, like just doing too much. Like Gina knew the exact right limits to go with it, and Arthur's just like bam, like going all out, and I'm like,
you see, Gil, the one thing I disagree with you on is I don't think there's going to be enough people watching at the exact time to make a difference in the finale for VPN votes. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. So
he made the song unrecognizable. I have no idea what the song, like, there's no part of it where he just repeats "Remember Me." Like this, it was just like, this is you might as well just have a new song. Like, I feel like if he was on a show like that just was of originals, he'd like be great, but on American Idol, I just can't get behind it. Anyway, let's move on.
I just don't like new things. That's a big part of it. Like, I really did not like David Cook the first time I watched Idol. I rewatched the season and I liked him a lot better. But
good answer. He's really.
I still like David Archuleta better. I always will.
That's wrong. But
well, anyway. I had a crush on him, so
okay. I just thought.
Forgive my 13-year-old.
I just saw David Cook do it. Tangent time. I just saw David Cook do an incredible live virtual show over the weekend on Sunday night for Race for Hope, the charity for brain tumors he does every year. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I'm going to bring up about David that I love is that he was on Idol and he had a sob story that he could have used and he never brought it up. And I have so much respect for him for that. But anyway.
All right, let's mourn Adam's first draft pick.
We move on. Cassandra Coleman performing bafflingly "Go the Distance" from Hercules.
And ironically,
Grace, what did you think? What do you think? Yeah, there's a sad irony now looking back on this performance.
I don't know. I still think this song would have been a good fit for Bean if he were still around, but he's not. No. I mean, first off, Star Wars, no. Star Wars is for nerds. No, I was kind of foreseeing a disaster. It was not.
Okay.
It wasn't the total disaster I was overseeing, but it really wasn't great, and I kind of figured she was gone. Now, somebody said in the comments that she wanted a song from Brave, but they couldn't get it cleared. I could think of several other Disney songs I would have given her besides this one.
Here's my opinion. Of the 3 contestants who got cut, she was the weakest. Having said that, she was not in the bottom 3 of the night and did not deserve to go as a result. This was far from her worst performance and miles better, in my opinion, than Chayce, Arthur, and Caleb. So,
I kind of wanted her to stay this week when I found out it was Coldplay week next week, because I feel like she could have done a Coldplay song really well, but now we'll never know. If she picked a good one.
Adam, are you going to talk for us this podcast, or are you just going to leave a blanket on your head and be sad?
I'm going to be talking in very monotone phrases because today I mourn the loss of my number 1 draft pick. We had good luck with Maddie Poppy. Didn't really work out with Ashley Hess. Didn't work out with Cassandra. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone.
Arthur Gunn last year.
But he's going to win this year.
Arthur Gunn last year?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right. Well, enough of this. I'm going to be speaking honestly for a moment. When I think of Cassandra Coleman, and this is going to be sad, wasted potential. Just baffling song choices, baffling decisions.
She picked really bad songs for her.
What is she doing? I mean, I'm just like, what? When I saw, as soon as I found out that this was the song she's doing, I was like, oh, baby, no. Cassandra, no, what are you doing? I was like, when she loved me, there's so many better songs. What are you doing this? And like I said, there's now this sad irony looking back on this episode because she never pulled out the piano. So many better songs and just this, and you're going to do it straight? Like just the most head scratcher of head scratcher. And once this happened, I made peace with it. I was like, yep, I think it's time. It's like Old Yeller, like the run of the show. It's like
she's not a dead dog, Adam. She's still alive. And
but I was just like tears. I was like, what? It's like it's time. It's gotta be that. It's gotta be this way. Her run of the show. I loved Cassandra. She was such a ray of light on the show. I loved looking forward to her, but the choices she made. And this was the pinnacle of it. This was the biggest thing that could have gone wrong. And she just, between choosing a diamond and choosing a word I'm not going to say, she chose the not diamond. And
a stone?
She paid the price. Sure. Yeah. I mean, at least she could have flipped it or like done something. But
I feel like she could have like, I don't know, like had like a dude with a guitar, done something like that.
Whoa. Just baffling choices, and it's like the Old Yeller comparison is a little extreme, but I think you know what I mean.
To say the least.
But I feel like she would have done so well this coming week. So that's my disappointment.
Such a shame. But at this point, I was like you know what? Forget the Old Yeller comparison. It was Tyra Banks. That was the moment. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Grace is now, I don't know if she's laughing or
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just sad.
It is.
I love that lady. I loved rooting for her, and just bad choice after bad choice, and I was finally like, you brought it on yourself. We move on.
To your last remaining contestant.
The last pick on my team. I feel like when I lose Hunter, I've got to wear the blanket costume the whole time through. Just
okay.
I can't even put my ears back on. That's how distraught I am. What?
So now I know Adam's out for next week. Let's talk about Hunter's performance.
How many people are going home next week?
2.
All right. He's doing "You'll Be in My Heart" from Tarzan. Another choice. I'm like, this? Like, what are you doing, people? What is happening? Yes, Obi-Wan, you were the chosen one. That is, Eric. If you do an edit for the show, could you edit in the scene of Obi-Wan like going, "You were the chosen one"?
No edits today. Sorry.
Ah, boo. All right, you'll be in my heart, Hunter Metz. What do you guys think?
First off, fun fact: Tarzan was the first movie I saw in theaters.
Huh.
So that's fun. I am kind of allergic to this song.
I love this song. Like,
Have you
this
heard
song
the
slaps. Like,
decapella
nothing
version?
against Idol.
The decapella version, they like make it upbeat and like they put it in triple, and it's weird. They sing it really well because they're decapella, but no, he did sing it really nicely. I think for people that aren't numb to this song, they might have been touched by it, but I unfortunately am one of those people who is numb to this song and pretty much the entire Phil Collins catalog. So there's that. But he did sing it very nicely.
Here's my thing. It wasn't a bad performance by any stretch, but I won't remember it tomorrow. And with only 3 weeks to go left on the show, every performance needs to be memorable. So.
God, I hope he makes it one more week. We can't be out. We can't be shut out of the top 5. That would be.
I
need
never
you to be shut out of the
underestimate
top
the power
5
of
because
Guitar Playing White Boys.
I need that to happen because I need Grace and Casey both to make it. Because top 5 is when they record their singles. So I want songs from Grace and Casey on my iPhone. So
I don't get the Casey love at this point. Like, I feel like she's kind of been rocky.
I feel like she needs.
If we have to lose one of them, I would rather lose Casey than Grace, but I don't want to lose all of them.
I feel like next week she has to do like one of the rockier, like one of the more rock-ish Coldplay songs. Like she can't do "Fix You."
She won't.
And I feel like she would do "Fix You" though.
No, she wouldn't.
She's got to do like one of the, like she's got Clocks maybe.
Clocks would work.
In My Place.
Clocks has that driving beat. Clocks, Speed of Sound, maybe Paradise.
Viva La Vida.
Maybe.
It's funny. I only know like 5 Coldplay songs. I know like.
I was gonna say I don't even think I could name 7 Coldplay songs.
In My Place.
Surely some people out there can, and they're gonna chew me out for that. But I honestly don't think I could name 7 Coldplay songs.
Wait, let me try that again. Clocks, In My Place, Fix You, Viva La Vida, Yellow.
Speed of Sound. Adventure of a Lifetime. Paradise.
6.
That's about all I got.
I only know In My Place because Louis Knight sang it last season.
Okay. Let's talk about the performance of the night, shall we?
Into the unknown.
The one actual, like, look, I even saying Grace was the best of the night, I still didn't like this song choice. But once she did it, I was like, I wish she had leaned into more of the Panic in the Disco version, which I felt like there was kind of a little bit of it. Just something different, Eric. Just something. And she sang it amazing. And
I wrote in my notes that I'm fairly convinced that somebody forced her to sing this song, or at least forced one of the girls to do it. And you still can't convince me that that's not the case.
I don't care if it's the case. I think this might have been the moment I've been waiting for from Grace.
It was really good.
This was her first performance on any of the live shows where I can't say there's anything she could have done better about it. I think that she can do even better from this performance, though, if she picks the right song. But if this is her peak, it's still miles better than anyone on Idol the past couple years. So I am very, very happy with Grace this week. And that's what I'll say.
I think it was the best vocal performance of the season.
Oh, easily.
And that's still not saying much. I would have given this an A, not even like an A+.
I would have given it an A+, but
I hope we can do better.
Nothing from Frozen gets an A+ for me ever.
But it's Frozen 2 at least. It's the one that no one
Which
saw.
I never watched.
Exactly.
Because I didn't like the first one.
I've never seen it. I've never seen the first one either.
Okay.
The first one is the most overrated Disney movie ever.
I mean, I think I saw clips, and I think I watched the Let It Go on YouTube. I mean, it was pretty cool, like the animation. I was like, this is pretty well done. Like, it gave me like the Disney feels. Grace gave her best and it was spectacular. Yeah, and that's kind of my thoughts. And at this point, look, Hunter might be on my team, but I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I have no horse in this race. Like, I'm not watching with the level of commitment that I have in previous seasons. I'm just here for the show. So who do I think should win? Either Willie or Grace. I think they're the two who deserve it. Casey reminds me of Madison Vandenberg. Early potential and just not quite living up to it.
Disagree. I mean, disagree on Casey. Fully agree on Willie and Grace, but disagree on Casey.
But yeah, here's my prediction. Final three will be Arthur, Willie, and Chayce.
False.
I think that's who are final three.
I think
Grace is going to be a shocker. Grace or Willie, one of them is going to be a shocker. They're not. I don't think they're both.
No, they're both making it. They're both in the top three, and then Arthur's joining them. Is my theory. My fear and my theory is that Arthur is joining them.
Who would you guys, if you could pick a top three, who would you? I'm going to assume actually Grace, Casey, Willie.
For me, yes.
I'd switch out Casey for Chayce.
False.
You're just saying that because he's on your team.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I would be like Willie and Grace are definitely both in the top three at this point. That third spot's a head scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
Could we just talk about this news that I saw earlier today? I think I tweeted you guys about Just Sam from last season.
Yes.
What happened?
She said that in an interview week ago, she said that she wanted she would be fine with Arthur Gunn winning the season, and then she changed her mind. Now she doesn't want Arthur to win.
I still think, though, had we had a real season and it was just a top three or even a top two, Arthur would have won.
Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. And then we wouldn't be in this mess today. So
by the way, where was Just Sam? The past winner's supposed to come to perform on Disney night.
Just Sam's not coming back this season, is what she said. So
I heard she walked away from the label or something.
Yep, she did.
Huh.
Oh.
I just forgot a Coldplay song. I just realized.
I hope you're right, Gil.
That would be nice, but
you're right.
I just remembered Something Just Like This is by Coldplay.
Yes.
I love that. There's a version by, I think her name is Madeline Bailey. It's like stripped to just a piano. Have you heard that version of the song?
No, but I love
something her. That I would say for Casey. Oh, she goes like the Madeline. Eric, if you haven't seen it, I would really recommend it. It's beautiful. It's just.
I started picking Coldplay songs for these people. I don't remember. I think that.
Yeah, I was looking on the Reddit thread. Like the biggest one who I'm most curious about is Caleb.
Oh, I picked that one for Chayce.
No, which one is Caleb going to do?
Oh, let's see. Okay, so for Arthur, I picked Yellow.
Oh, the scientist. I forgot the scientist. Oh, all right.
Yeah, originally for
two
Casey,
more winners.
that's the one I picked, and then I changed it to Clocks, just because I wanted to do rock. For Grace, I picked Paradise, but I regret that.
Gina did the scientist. Who would I want? I would want Something Just Like This in the scientist done.
Anyway.
Willie the scientist?
What?
No.
Willie doing the scientist?
I feel like the scientist has to be stripped back, and that's really not his thing.
Chayce is the scientist. He's got the graveliness, or maybe even Art.
I gave Arthur Yellow, but I mean, at least next week. Well, I mean, we have Chris Martin next week mentoring the Coldplay songs. He was actually on the other show several years ago, but I don't really remember how he was. But at least he's not Bobby Bones.
Someone wrote that there were 3 performances of Remember Me on Idol. I remember Michelle. Ooh, Michelle did it best, which is so. Michelle Suzette, we're still talking about, but that was a pseudo-ish moment that season.
And then there was one on Dancing with the Stars, but they did the De La Cruz version because at that point Coco had yet to be released, so we didn't really know any different.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we have any predictions? Anything else you want to mention about the show moving forward? Kind of next week, anything like that?
And we do a break for spoilers, and then we can talk about upcoming themes.
Okay.
Is that spoilers?
Fine. Screw it.
Spoilers
For upcoming themes. Top 5 weeks, the themes are song from your personal idol and contestant single.
You already mentioned that. We already mentioned the singles were.
I know. So, but whatever. I'm very excited that as long as Grace and or Casey make top 5, I'll get a song from them at least. So
the songs from your idols is very questionable because I would go with something like from Garfunkel and Oates. I don't know if either of you guys know that. It's a band. Don't worry. You wouldn't.
You mean Hall and Oates? Simon and
Garfunkel and Oates. They took the two from Paul Simon and Hall and Oates, and they took the less known one and they formed a band and they call themselves Hall. It's not actually the. You know what? Never mind.
I'm so confused. Anyway, next week we have Mother's Day dedications and Coldplay with Chris Martin, who's the lead singer of Coldplay, mentoring. And I will see how many Coldplay songs, because like Adam said, I don't think I could name 7 Coldplay songs. At least not 7 Coldplay songs that would fit these people well.
Well, we'll see what happens, but we're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next week, and I just want to say I am Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at AdamSoapbox, and occasionally hiding under a rock, wearing sunglasses and a blanket over my head, weeping in sadness of what happened this week. Where can we find you, Eric?
Eric_Ascher on Twitter, ericascher.com, bit.ly/EricLavids. I actually have concerts coming up on Sunday, so by next week you'll actually have new videos on bit.ly/EricLavids, which I'm very excited about for the first time since August. And that's that.
And Grace, what about you?
Reality2_Grace on Twitter, and about 2 weeks ago in a Yahoo Entertainment article.
Yes. Grace is famous. How many votes did you end up getting on that poll?
988.
Yo, we got a celebrity here.
And I did not get any new followers out of this. So where y'all hiding at?
That's how they get you. But thanks guys for chatting Idol with me and for listening to my ridiculous little rant at the beginning. was that bad or good? It was enjoyable. Good night, guys. This was fun. We'll see you next week.
Good night.